Bobby had the plan. He would borrow himself out of debt. That's his system.
Wasn't able to do it.
No, I don't think so.
Interesting.
Although I have to admit that he had been working in Cologne and got hurt and was in the hospital in Edmonton.
Oh, boy.
And he needed money for a bus fare to get to Saskatoon.
Oh, okay.
And so he hit me up for a loan, which I gave him, but he paid it back.
Yeah.
Which was something.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Bobby. Certainly would be.
I have a question. How long was it before you got running water in the house you grew up in?
Well, I guess it would be Pete.
Not till Pete put in the water system with the dairy.
He had that dugout or something.
So all your growing up years, you didn't have water in that house?
Well, we had a cistern.
A cistern with a pump on it.
Yeah.
Cistern with a pump.
And the old tin cistern gave out. But remember we dug that.
That one under the kitchen.
Dug the hole under the kitchen.
Allison, I guess you and Steve and I.
Yeah.
And I remember Mac came home one time and he sat in to help dig it.
Yeah.
And then he dug a well down by that slough, remember?
Yeah, I remember he dug that. He did. Well,
we put in a gravel vein in a well.
Oh, okay.
There.
Down there.
Forget what we called that slough.
Quarter mile?
Anyway.
It was just down there below the barn.
Yeah, dug it way out deep and dug a big trench, and then we hauled gravel from Johnny Minkowitz's.
Oh, Johnny Minkowitz.
Where I did. And
famous.
we put a gravel vein in and put a well in. Put the well in and then Tip Holtorf did all the digging. Did all the digging and put in the pumps and the rest of it.
Oh, we had a pump on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't
pump.
know that either.
Yeah, the pump and the system was down in Pete's basement.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
In the house.
Right. Oh, in the house.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of years with snow and rain, and then they got to dry years, and there wasn't enough water. Well, he had. I suppose he had 100 head of livestock then, so they were watering and also with the rest of it. So that didn't work out. You had to dug another well in the yard down to the alcohol water, the alkaline water.
Oh yeah, the alcohol water.
The story about Uncle Walter.
Yeah, tell that story.
Uncle Walter had his appendix. Well, I guess he was living at home
Probably
at their old place yet, because he had that quarter of land with Fred.
Yeah.
And he had an attack of appendicitis, and they took him down to Watrous, and he and had the surgery, and as soon as he woke up, he got his clothes and walked home.
Oh wow!
But he went around to Uncle Dick's first, not water at Uncle Dick's.
On the way home.
On the way home, he was very thirsty.
Water of Uncle Dick's.
And Uncle Fred's boys reported that he drank a whole lot of alcohol water. That's Dick's.
Alcohol.
Did he have to go back to the hospital?
They had to rush him back to the hospital.
The alcohol water did it.
The alcohol water got him. So.
But I remember Dad went to visit him in hospital, and he said, "Oh, he just looked like the old gent."
Is that right?
Yeah, sitting in the bed there.
Yeah.
Just the picture of the old gent.
Well, you fellows may not remember an early story of Uncle Walter when Father got this mysterious letter from the border in Bellingham that there was a Walter Cline here who claimed he was Walter Cline, and could they identify him? Well, it turned out Uncle Walter had been wandering around, as he always did, and he got down to the border, and he thought it'd be a good idea just to walk across to see if there's anything different about the United States. This is what he told Dad when they finally got the story. But then, of course, he was apprehended, he had no kind of identification of any kind, so only his word that he was a Canadian. So, well, how could he prove it? Well, he decided he would write to Dad, and he'd been there about a month at the expense of the American government, free board and
So
comfort.
how would Dad prove it?
Well, I think they found they had the old gent.
Yeah.
The old folks had the family Bible.
Oh, okay.
And they must have no, in those
Copy.
days you didn't, no automatic copying. They must have copied it out
probably.
and had it certified and sent that down.
Okay.
And Father sent him some money, of course. So eventually, they were glad to get rid of him. I guess they sent him back across the border. So that was Uncle Walter's experience of testing the American situation.
So Ed